Which I love Buddha as a pig mode. Buddha was fucking cute.
Yeah, he was a man.
Yeah, I love it when he bit off his own ass like that. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Eat this.
Yeah.
It bit off its own ass and split it between the two of them. I was like, all right, that's acceptable. Whatever.
Yeah.
And it had a little star bite.
It's Otaku time!
Yay. What's going on, friends? Welcome back to Otaku Time, the show where we talk about anime, manga, and all things otaku. I'm your host, Dom, and we have our two normies, Strolly
Hi.
and Marley.
What's up, guys?
Today, we are talking about Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
Yas, queen.
Slay. Anyway.
So, the creator of this show was also the creator of Kill la Kill.
Right,
So
yeah.
they have kind of similar art style types and kind of similar themes, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both saving the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit outrageous.
Mhm.
Kind of like a two-part story, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the overbearing, like, leader who's behind the scenes of everything. That one villain that is just powerful enough that you can't, like, kill, but, like, not powerful enough that, like, overpowers them kind of thing.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. I didn't think about that until you just mentioned it. But you can really split. They're split pretty much the same between like the story that you're following from the beginning, and then like it changes drastically at one point. Just like Kill la Kill doesn't have a time skip,
Mm-hmm.
but like basically like similar. The time skip in Gurren Lagann was similar to like when she kills her mother, or she betrays her mother, and it turns out she's been fighting against her the whole time.
Right. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
when
the president.
when that flipped.
Yeah, the president.
Yeah.
Satsuki?
Yes, Satsuki. Yes. When she like stabbed her mother, and like that drastic flip, and now it's a totally different story, and then it goes into them saving the universe and all this other shit.
Yep. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
a very similar like escalation and separation between like the
Yeah.
first part and then like the next part.
yeah.
Yeah.
It stays very localized in the beginning, and then once when you break that point and it starts
It's
to change,
completely
it becomes more universal than it does actually just that localized, region, localized point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, loved it. I really did enjoy it.
Mhm.
The first, what was it, 15? Yeah, the first 15 episodes were so much better than the second half, in my opinion. And I think you share that same opinion, Marley. But I enjoyed that second half after the time skip, right? I really did enjoy that. It was extra. It felt extra. It felt so much more intricate, if you will. But I kind of like that. Like I was
Yeah.
enjoying it the whole time.
Yeah, I knew that when I was like, these are some big sciencey words. Surely gonna like this shit.
Yeah, I like the science part of it. I like the
theoretical physics and multiple dimensions and like
Yeah.
perception and all this other shit. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Strolly's into this.
yeah, like
All the people are to allergic. I'm like, can you say that in English, please?
they look at Leron, right?
Lebron.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Leron. They all look at him and he was like, yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, you got me on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that. Like I thought that was cool. Like
Yeah.
the little wormhole that they created so they could get to Rosu before he Rossio, thank you. Before he killed himself. Like I thought that was really cool. The interdimensional things and stuff. Nerd shit.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like.
That's
I
fine.
like the first 15 episodes because it was like, a very like, it was a simple plot and the characters were fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like the characters. I like the. I had to compare and contrast with Kill la Kill, obviously. Like it was like a much more toned. It wasn't nearly as outrageous as Kill la Kill was. It had nearly the same energy that Kill la Kill had.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was a lot more toned down, and therefore I feel like I enjoyed the plot more.
Right. Yeah.
And I was more behind their struggle than just enjoying the experience as a whole. Like I was more invested in what they were trying to do.
Right. Yeah.
Because there just wasn't enough going on that was distracting me from the plot. There was pretty much just like if I didn't care about the plot, I wouldn't like this anime.
Exactly right.
And so the first like 15 episodes, that was what it was. I cared about the plot, I cared about the characters and their journey and their strife and like how they got from their point A to point B and how they succeeded in their mission or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
That was all really good, and that was like self-contained. Like that was a fun story, and that was like that easily could have been it.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
last 10 episodes did not need to happen, and I would have been totally satisfied with it.
Yeah, and that's like really interesting because it's not like it's there. The 15th episode ended, and there wasn't really a cliffhanger. It just was like, okay,
there didn't need to be. If the
Right.
Spiral King just died,
yeah,
it would have been fine.
yeah,
Awesome, they get to live on the surface now, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put like a little epilogue or something at the end of
Yeah,
that.
10
cut
years
it off.
later, and then they're in the city and they're living good lives, and it's kind of like cool. Everyone's happy ending. That's fine.
yeah. Like the only like cliffhanger that they give is that the Spiral King says, "Oh well, if you reach 1 million people, bad things are gonna happen." Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
it's vague enough to where it's like, okay, you're just adding some drama to the end, so it's not just like a real clean wrap. Like you're just adding some drama, some thinking. Oh, what could that be? And then they're like, no, we're gonna tell you all of this.
Is he talking about how like bureaucracy is the death of freedom? Like there's like, all right, is this what it is? And then it's
Yep.
kind of like, no, there's literally aliens.
Yeah,
It's literally other existences out here to kill. Like
yeah,
it's that kind of escalation to where it's like, again, Kill la Kill had a similar escalation where it became like she's just trying to find who killed her dad, and now they have to stop Strings from taking over the universe. And but I accepted it. Like that was a fine transition for me because of how fucking extreme the whole series was.
yeah. It just out of context, like
The clothing.
The clothing's gonna take over the world.
She started about trying to find out who killed her dad, then the clothing takes over the world. Like what?
Yeah, with plans to run the universe. Like it's a space alien threat.
Yeah.
Which again, it's like similar escalation, but it fits so much more with Kill la Kill just because of how energetic and outrageous this series was as a whole. Whereas I feel like Gurren Lagann was a lot more controlled and a lot more like down to earth.
Yeah,
almost. Even it's like they're fighting in giant robots, gunmen, which again I don't think they could legally use the term Gundam,
Yeah.
but like which is creative on their part.
Yeah, gunman makes sense too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They
I,
couldn't use Transformers. That was taken.
true.
So like okay, they're fighting in giant mechs, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's acceptable. That's still a little bit more down to earth. It's like okay,
it's a little
cool.
bit more relatable. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was accepting of that, but like when it went 7 years to the future, again, it's kind of like, well, is it just like the themes could have been handled still being down to earth, like to the whole like it's the fighting spirit that they have that gives them the power, like that those themes that were like essential to like what the Spiral was, and like how it was literally their fighting spirit, and how the love like they have for each other gives them more fighting spirit and be more like all that shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those themes could have been handled in the first 15 episodes.
Right. Exactly
Honestly.
right.
Like those, like the points that they hit didn't need to happen the way they did in the last 10 episodes. Like that,
Yeah.
that's how I felt about it as a whole. I'm just watching it. I'm like, it's not necessarily bad, but I'm not enjoying it.
It's extra.
Yeah, and and also because of how absolutely ridiculous it got.
Yeah.
Whereas again, they're fighting in mechs and they're transforming or whatever. They're fighting with the spirit of love and power, whatever. Cool. All right, like that's acceptable for an anime, whatever.
Yeah.
But then they go, it's like, oh, there's a human in a mech, in another mech, and a mech that was the moon, but is now the mech, and then they turn into a galaxy, which becomes a mech. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Just throwing galaxies at each other.
Yeah, like
that was hilarious. Like I was watching that and I was like, my man just threw a galaxy at him.
Yeah. When in contrast to the first story that was told, it's just kind of like these people just want to live on the surface and be able to look at the sky. Like that's something I can get behind.
Yeah.
Now they're throwing universes at each other. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, when Kikoman died in the first like 8 episodes, like that shit actually hit. His name is actually I actually genuinely forget. Like
I think it's Karima.
Kamina.
Fuck!
Thank God. Okay, I
Yeah,
never
Kamina.
remembered. Like, not that he was a great character.
Oh, yeah.
And like his death was completely unexpected,
Yep.
and it hit, and that was a great moment in the series. That's like another reason why I liked the first part of the series.
Yeah.
Because like you think this is like they're a solid team. It's the 3 of them. It's Yoko, Kamina. Jesus Christ. Yoko, Kamina, and Simone. Like,
Yes.
you think they're a group, and they're going to make it, and they're going to live their dreams. It's like the Yoko is going to be smashing Kamina. Like, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then they fucking kill him. And it completely, like, destroys the team and destroys, like, you see, like, the the guilt and like the depression that he was going through, and then like all he needed was a pretty girl to snap him out of it. Whatever.
Yeah. It's usually all it takes.
Yeah. No, what can you
Set
say?
of boobs. That's all.
Well, she's probably 12. Whatever.
It's different. He's also 12.
Yeah, it's okay. No, but like that was like a really good moment, and it's like a really pivotal character that died.
Yeah.
In contrast to the last 10 episodes when it's like they're like, this is going to be our final mission, and then he lists like 12 names of apparently every character that's been part of them, and I didn't know they even had names, and I'm just like, wow, you gave them names. I can't wait to see how they make it to the finale, knowing they're all going to die.
Yeah, right,
like
yeah.
none of their deaths meant a damn thing to me.
Yeah.
Not even Ketons?
Yeah,
Maybe
Keaton did. Keaton did.
Maybe
that one hurt a little bit.
But then it was
But
weird.
the other guys, I was like, all right, yeah. I mean, I expected losses of main characters, but Keaton should have lived.
It was weird though, because like I remember Keaton being a dick in the first season, like especially after Bro died. I'm just gonna call him Bro. I'm gonna call him Bro.
That's fine.
After Bro died, like after he died, and he was like a huge dick to Simone. Like I was like, man, fuck this guy. This kid is grieving. Like what the fuck? Why are you being such a giant asshole? So I didn't like him.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then like obviously he's had a huge crush on fucking Yoko for a minute, and then he just like kisses her. But I'm just like, wait, but like I still have her paired with Bro.
He's dead.
I know, but still, like it didn't feel right.
It's been years, Marley.
I know. I would want her to move on and be happy.
Dead.
Too. Yeah, that's fine.
She's a teacher now.
Yeah.
Exactly. She can't be around with guys that swing swords. I don't know. It just I didn't care that much about him dying. I really didn't. Any of them. Like they were like background characters for the whole first part of the story that I cared about.
Yeah.
And then they get shoehorned in and they're given these prominent roles in the second part, and then it's kind of like, well, now that you've named them, they're gonna die, and it's so telegraphed. They're like they give these characters a boost in the story so that they don't have to kill off Yoko.
Well, well, yes and no, because they were a part towards the end of the first part. Mm-hmm. Like they were all team. I think it was
Gurren.
Not Gurren. It was they joined up right before Kamina died. Like they all knew Kamina. So,
I know they were all like people and they all existed, but like they didn't matter. Like it was Liron, it was Yoko, it was Nia, it was Simone.
Yeah. But they
were just in the
never
background
did matter
until it was time to kill them.
No, even then they didn't matter.
I know, but then like why try to build them up into characters to kill them? Like they gave them each like special moments where they sacrificed themselves, and it's kind of like, who the fuck was this guy again? Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it felt kind of weak, storytelling wise. It's like, oh, we got to kill somebody so that people like get invested. And
but they don't want to kill the main characters.
But not like they did with Bro in the first season, which hit, and that was a really good death.
Well, so
that's part of why I didn't like that. So that second part.
Yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying now. Mm-hmm. Like, those deaths seemed insignificant and didn't matter. Keaton did. Like that one was actually valid, and that one was a hard one to have to take, only because of the fact that he was almost an OG after Kamina, Simone, and Yoko. Like they were next essentially, and the three sisters. So like that one sucked for me, but it did kind of feel like, all right, somebody's got to die, and we don't want to kill off the cooler people, so we're gonna
killed off the Spiral King again. Like it was he got his body back, and I was like, cool, time to die. Like
it was like an AI thing anyway.
Yeah,
to be fair,
and the body that he got back wasn't really like a body.
It was like with multiple universe, everything is possible.
Yeah,
there were no rules at the end of that.
Wonder Egg priority.
Fucking Buddha becomes a goddamn person. Like what? What the fuck is it? Like that shit threw me the fuck off. When Buddha was like, it used spiral energy to evolve into a human being. For what? Because it was useless.
Yeah.
It's like, because the spiral, the anti-spiral was like, oh, you're a human now? Good, you're fucked. Yeah. Now you're trapped just like everybody. And it was like, what? And then it was trapped. And then it went back to being a fucking pig mole. Like, why even have that in there?
I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. Like, oh, look, it's Buddha. He's a person now. And then, nope. No, I understand,
You get me, Dom?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like,
I do get you.
It seemed so random. I mean, they explained that Buddha is full of like spiral energy and whatnot,
Yeah.
and like you use that to evolve instead of grow or whatever. But like, there wasn't really much point to that happening.
There wasn't. Buddha
Yeah.
like became a human, threw a punch that missed, and then got trapped in an alternate universe, and then went back to being a pig mole.
Yep.
Which I love Buddha as a pig mole. Buddha was fucking cute.
Yeah, he was a man.
Yeah, I love it when he bit off his own ass like that. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
This.
Yeah.
It bit off its own ass and split it between the two of them. I was like, all right, that's acceptable. Whatever.
Yeah.
And it had a little star bite. But like that was like, where does this fit in how the series was established?
Yeah.
You know, that's part of like the last 10 episodes are such a different, like such a departure from the first 15, 16 episodes, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's where it's like, I can easily split this series into 2 parts, and I can easily say that I like one part more than the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hands down.
Whereas in like
Yeah.
when in comparing it with Kill la Kill, you can still say that it's like there's one part and then there's another part.
They were both good though.
They were both incredible
Yeah.
because it was more or less the same from beginning to end.
Yeah. They just didn't execute that well on the second half.
I think they tried to get too big for what they established.
Exactly right. I
Whereas
think,
Kill la Kill started with a fucking a school uniform that talks
yeah.
and that
exactly.
transforms, and it's like you have these transformations. It's kind of like, all right, this is already bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why that story progression more or less makes sense because nothing makes sense.
Yeah. They could have done a lot better with that second part, if you will, from Gurren Lagann. And
If they just like kept it more grounded and contained.
yeah, exactly.
Than literally having these giant mechs throw universes at each other.
Yeah.
And then the whole mech, the man within a mech within a mech within a mech, or 2 men within a mech. Man within a mech that combined with another man and a mech that combined into another mech that combined into the moon that was a mech that flew out into a different universe by teleportation and then absorbed a galaxy to become a bigger mech to fight another mech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if that doesn't happen, you don't have that last scene where all the mechs come out and then they each get stabbed, and then the other one comes out and gets stabbed again. And then it's just the Lagann head and drills into them.
Yeah, like
Yeah. That was funny though. Like I was just like oh.
they did the same thing.
Yeah.
Like they had to really pare it down 5 times. It's like mech dead. All right, jump out. Mech dead. Jump out. Mech dead. Jump out. This
Yeah.
one made it. Like
Yeah.
it was like if I can define it as anything, I would say it totally unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. It definitely it was extra.
I can't, and it wasn't all the shit I'm talking. Like it wasn't bad.
No. It was still
I can
entertaining.
see why you can enjoy it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you can, but it just
It was extra.
yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it. Like
Yeah.
it just was too much.
Yeah,
It was entertaining, but it was too
I'll
much.
shit talk it, but like I can see why you could like it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I watching it, I'm like, you're gonna like this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I can't tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna shit talk it because I have valid fucking reasons. Like
Right.
Why did Buddha have to become a person? Like
Still stuck on that
I
one.
was stuck on that for a minute, dude.
Yeah.
Because it was so weird.
Yeah.
Like why?
Yeah, it was a little bizarre, but it was so cool. I was like, Buddha. I just wish they actually would have made him a fucking person.
It
after
was
that.
again unnecessary. Like why, dude?
Yeah.
So I do want to say the first time I watched Gurren Lagann was years and years and years and years ago. And then the first time I rewatched it was a couple years after that. But I only remembered the first part of the show. I completely forgot the second part of the show. It's like, I guess this did happen.
Yeah, I guess they do throw universes at each other.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. The first part is so much more memorable than the second.
Yeah.
And it's not really to say that the second was bad. It just was a little too much.
It was.
It could have been. It would have been better if it was half of what it was.
Yeah, if it just was the first 15, if they just made it to the universe, killed the Spiral King, and was able to
Just
their
end.
lives on the surface.
Yeah.
That would have been. I would have been happy. I would have been great. I have nothing to complain about.
Mhm.
Besides Leron being voiced by Steve Bloom, which all right, he did an amazing job, but
Yeah.
he's a very straight man voicing a very queer coded character, which is again the same kind of like, don't be lazy. Voice directors
It
like
was
there's
2007, Marley. We weren't there yet.
Yeah.
Garterbelt being voiced by a white guy. It's like
Here we
just
go.
don't be
Jeez.
lazy,
No,
man.
no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
There's opportunity. There's people out there.
Yeah.
Give them the opportunity, man.
Like
Oh.
Marley.
Yeah.
I wouldn't voice Leron. Or Garterbelt. But
You're only allowed to have Hispanic roles now.
yes. As it should be. I'm sorry. See.
All right. So for the next anime we are watching is the last week of our Gainax month. And it is, of course, Neon Genesis Evangelion, the show that basically started it all.
Oh, okay, cool. What's it on?
Netflix.
Netflix?
What's it about?
Yeah, what's it about?
This is an anime that you need to pay attention to because it gets very complicated.
Okay. Marley, Strolly, Marley.
I zoned out when you said that.
So, the Earth went through these things called impacts, and the second impact happened a couple years ago, and there are these things called angels, which are just like giant alien monster thingies. And if they get to like a certain point, then the third impact will happen and basically destroy the Earth. And so this corporation called Nerve built these things called Avas, which are giant mechs, to fight the angels and prevent the third impact from happening. And the director of Nerve is the father of our main character, Shinji, and they don't have the best relationship. And so Shinji gets called to work for Nerve, and he is supposed to pilot one of the Avas. And there's like the conflict between the parent, and then like Shinji is kind of depressed and stuff, and he doesn't want to get in the robot sometimes. And then there's the meme of Shinji getting the damn robot.
Put it up.
Yeah.
They like mechs.
Yes.
These studios like mechs. There's
Yeah.
mechs in everything.
Yeah.
Put that
Okay.
together.
Yeah, so
Mechs
it
inside of mechs.
I'm paying attention.
gets very complicated, especially towards the end.
How
Is
many
it-
episodes is it?
26, I think. Something
Okay.
like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer. There's like movies and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been like a movie collection I saw.
All right, friends. That's all we got for today. Let us know what you thought of the video and of Gurren Lagann.
Yep.
The first part and the second part.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna get destroyed by a super fan of the second part. Tell
Be
me
like,
I'm
no,
wrong.
man, it's actually really interesting.
Yeah, there's gonna be like fucking theories and shit. Like, I have a list of why you're wrong. Just like, well, just be gentle about it, please. God, I have feelings.
Spit on it first, thank you.
Yeah, just don't go in dry, Jesus.
Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe for more otaku goodness.
And don't forget to share.
And like all our stuff.
Yes, please.
It makes me feel happy.
It does.
All right, friends. Sayonara.
Bye.
Smoochies.